It is TechTalk.
That's fine. But times you've been overly excited about it as TechTalk.
But it is an exciting thing.
It is, but
and we're right
casual
here.
Introduction.
We're here at the Rove Hotel.
Yes.
Trade Center. We've moved spots.
That's it.
I'm
We're
loving
in
it.
the new. So I guess out there, what can we see? We can see H Hotel. We can see Fairmont. We're around the top end of the AFA. So,
it's very cool.
It's a real roundabout.
Very cool.
So folks over at Rove looking after us again.
So we actually do this quite a bit. We sort of rotate through rows.
Yeah.
You know,
rotate through rows.
And I think this is a cool idea. And what I keep imagining is an audience hanging out with us. We're going to have to put some mics up and some speakers up.
Get some live shows going.
I think eventually. I mean, we do these on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We do them at like 1. Yeah. 1 to 4, 1 to 5. You know.
Yeah, but people with normal jobs probably can't see us.
We also post stuff up on YouTube.
We do.
And
we on YouTube. And always a flattering angle, which I love. It's always a side profile. It's just, if that's not something to like encourage you to lose weight, I'm going to side profile you every single week.
Well, I guess that's why you got to sit a little bit. You got to sit
like
a little
lean in like this.
You got to literally push your chair over.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Right, cool. Thanks. Or perhaps lose some weight.
You know, there we go. Hey, the 30/30 Dubai wrapped up. Did you? Marcus Smith, MJD_Smith. This guy takes total advantage of social media. 30 marathons in 30 days.
How is he? As a broken man? Have you seen him? Or?
The last marathon, he ran faster than any of the other ones.
Well, he's good enough. He's had 20 days to practice.
He's going to be doing his a talk on 6th of December.
Nice.
I believe tickets are sold out, but go to interfight.com and maybe you can beg him to put it in a bigger space. Because 6 months ago, he was in intensive care.
Yeah.
When he got hit by a truck.
On the motorbike, right?
No, bicycle.
Oh, it was on a bike.
50 kilometers an hour he was going, and he got hit by a truck. Was intensive care. The guy was broken. Yeah. And 6 months later, he runs 30 marathons in 30 days.
Beast mode.
Yeah. So he had a lot to prove. So he's going to be talking about that. And takes full advantage. I mean, another thing I love about Marcus, his core business is fitness.
Yeah.
Takes total advantage of social media and tech.
There's no other man or company or brand I know at the moment that's invested so much in content. Genuinely, he's like ahead of most people here.
And what I love is he does a speaking series called Inner Talks. What I love about Marcus, amongst other things, is that he recognizes something works. Yeah. And we do creative mornings. We've been doing it for 4 years. He came, he's spoken, he's seen how it does. He says, I'm going to start one of these. I'm going to borrow your idea. Do you mind? No. Take it and run with it.
That's it.
Podcasting. We used to be on Dubai Eye, and he was the fitness guy. Yeah. And he's going
to jump back on here.
He is going to jump back on
Podaholiks.
He created his own podcast that he does
twice a week.
Yeah, they're up to like 500 now and something.
It's an insane amount. Yeah, there's a lot of content. It's like I said, no one else is doing it.
And which gym do you know that has an in-house photographer 24/7 who's not just taking photos and posting them up on the wall, but they post them all over the socials.
That's it.
Technology. If you're not taking advantage of it, you're missing it.
And the thing is, it's all at our fingertips now. That's it. It's at our fingertips.
It's all about knowing how to do it.
It's interesting, and obviously sometimes we talk about Gary Vee and the common sense that he speaks, but even he says that because he was here. He was in Sharjah. Huh? Yeah, he was at the Sharjah last week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you see him?
No, I didn't. No. I mean, honestly, I've seen him in the US, and I think his performance might be a bit different in Sharjah. I mean, the air is blue quite a lot around a lot of his. He's full on, like he's got Tourette's.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, really?
So I think that he may have toned it down over there. It was a Sharjah Entrepreneur Festival or something. So incredible people actually speaking. So even Mona and Huda Katan spoke. They had some really. That's how I found out because. I think Mona gave him a shout out saying, looking forward to seeing you in Sharjah. And I was like, what? Hold on a minute, why? Yeah. So, a bit of an under the radar event, but some phenomenal speakers. Wow.
There we go. Lots of cool people doing cool things, and it's just a matter of doing it. So people say, I want to do a podcast. We'll start doing one.
That's it. Download Anchor and plug in your mic and you're away.
There you go. Or, get involved with us.
Yeah, of course.
Podaholiks.com is where you can find us.
That's the only way you can do it.
Are we live on the web yet? Podaholiks soon.
We will be. So I've got the transfer over. We will be by Thursday, I think.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're on Anchor, but don't just say you have to go find us on Anchor. Podaholiks on iTunes. Podaholiks on Stitcher. Podaholiks on Podbucket, and more. We're on about
Podbucket. That's a good one.
We're on about 11 different pod services
and social.
And socials. Podaholiks on Instagram. Podaholiks on Twitter. We post stuff up. We got to get better at that.
I think, in all honesty, people, I think that was a dig at me. So when James says we've got to get better at that, he basically means I've got to get better at that. That's fine. It's a bit passive aggressive, but it's fine. Yeah, replace the we to you. You've got to get better at that. Yeah, we have, James.
Yeah,
we have to get better.
No, but you know what? The reality is, when we stopped broadcasting on the air, and we sat down and you know, the dust settled, and we said, you know what, we're gonna pick this up. And then it was, can we sustain it and can we do it? And we've been gradually picking this up and getting the workflow, and it's out there, and I'm loving it.
I think this is 4th or 5th episode.
This is our 4th, and we'll have the 3rd car clinic will be up also very soon, and Car Talk is coming back, and we'll bring in.
And we great news that Dr. Jenner's going to fly back in town next year, so she's going to be back on the Podaholiks as well.
Great.
So with the medical show.
Yeah, so we'll be able to talk stuff and get her talking, and I can't wait for it. Yeah, perfect. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is go-to radio in the UAE. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's us. Sorry, I'm trying to coordinate some of these wires. Get a bit bunched up over here. Get tied up, as it were. So, should we jump into tech?
Yeah, why not? One of the things right off, you might be looking at this and you'll see the Asus is here, the PowerBook
Something's
is here.
Missing.
Yeah, where is the Surface Go?
Missing.
And truly, the only reason I didn't bring the Surface Go today was because I was at work using the PowerBook and I didn't want to bring a 3rd computer with me.
Fair enough.
And so I just didn't bring it today.
So you haven't replaced it?
No.
You haven't kind of dropped one of these for that?
No, and you know what? There is an issue. It has nothing to do with the Surface Go. But the MacBook Pro I'm using is a work computer.
From a security perspective.
So I'm using that for work stuff, and I use the Surface Go when I'm working in between. And I gotta say, I'm still loving it. I really do like using it. And
let's see. I mean, you got another 2 weeks, right?
Another 2 weeks, and what I want to start doing this week is seeing, okay, can I do the editing and stuff for the podcast on it?
Yes.
And if it's easy to do that with, which I can't see why it wouldn't be, that becomes a really good thing, because all I'm using the Asus for is I just use it as a recorder.
This is an interesting point, though. So I wonder how many people, you know, from a work and work-life balance perspective, actually have 2 devices. So I mean, for me, it's pretty much all work. So it's not kind of, there's an iPad or I got a bunch of Amazon Fires when I was in the States, and they're amazing. For the price, it's just a no-brainer. But I'm wondering how many people like yourself, you know, obviously have a work device, and then have a personal device, just stuff that they want to work on personally and all that. I mean, because there's a lot of companies, I think, that have incredible security measures on your kind of personal device. You can't connect to open Wi-Fi, you're not allowed to kind of go on news sites, all these kinds of things are locked down.
And the other thing is, if you're using a work computer, everything that's on it is work property.
Yeah, exactly,
And you know, when I go into work, it runs a system check on it, and who knows if that's allowing them to take a look. And so, you know, do I want them listening to my Podaholiks podcast? And yes, I do. But the other issue is that I don't want someone to turn around and say, hold on a second, you're getting personal gain from a work computer.
Twain.com for 3 hours. What's going on, James? Not in a row, man. Like over a period of a week. No, just it reminded me of the 3 hours. It was talking about. I think they were talking about on average people spend 6 hours on their devices a day.
Which is incredible.
Yeah, but I was trying to work out 6 hours. That feels way too long.
I think it is low. So I wonder if it's 6 hours of just surfing on socials and stuff.
I don't know. I mean,
because my students are like just today.
But when you get home, let's say we're going home now. Okay. So you go back to your place. How often do you pick up your phone when you're in the home?
I don't.
Okay. So it's kind of on the. What about your wife?
Yeah, she's on it.
She's on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're pottering around.
Yeah, just doing stuff.
Getting the hot tub ready. Pouring espresso. Getting the grill going. And then she's online.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe if we're doing something on Messenger with the kids, we'll go on.
Jump on.
But usually I'm not checking my messages. So if I'm at home,
that's it.
Better call. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
But I know a lot of people who work.
Trying to work out 6 hours is too long.
Too long or too? I think
too long, isn't it?
I think that was too in a day.
6 hours a day, people are on the phone?
Easily. I think it would be more.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
For sure. Well, they're just checking stuff. They're consuming media through it.
Yeah.
watching TV. They're listening to podcasts.
Saying that, if you've got, I suppose, commute-wise, you're commuting 30 minutes, 40 minutes, even if you're on a metro for an hour.
There you go. That's an hour.
Device, right? Yeah.
So people are reading books on it. Funny thing, you're talking Kindles and you're talking. So many people are using devices to read it. I use Wattpad on my phone, but I truly have reverted to hard copy novels.
Yeah,
that's all I read is hard copy.
I was actually,
and I'm swapping them with a few people. We're trading them around.
This is the first time when I traveled back to Europe. The first time I've come back without a magazine, because they basically didn't have. I always buy Wired and Entrepreneur and kind of Ink when I'm in the airport. They didn't have them this time.
Really?
So I don't know what's happened to them. I hope they have. I think Wired is still going.
Absolutely.
But I think in the UK it's not as popular, perhaps. So I have to go to more of a specialist news agent. But usually that's my one time, because on a plane I can completely switch off and just consume kind of original content through there. And also I think because there's a lot of articles in there, it's not something I've read. Because most newspapers and stuff now, you actually know the news before it's in the newspaper. So
it's a history document.
For them.
It's a history document.
Whereas kind of magazines still employ journalists and investigate and
what I like about magazines that go into hard copies is, and I know that there are ways and apps. I read University Affairs on an app that it essentially is a digital version of the hard copy. That's different than going to a website and looking at the content. But when I get the hard copies, it's the paper. It's all of the distraction on the page, the things that are relating. And if the designers have done a good job and things are really interrelating on that page, it becomes fun to navigate through. My complaint about Wired, I'm too old.
For Wired?
This is the problem.
Okay. Right.
I definitely have to have my reading glasses when I read that, because they use a very small font. I've gotten sometimes I haven't had it's been dark room. And I've got the old readers on, and I can't see what it says. It's so small. I don't understand these guys.
They need a podcast.
They do have a podcast. You ever listen to the Wired
stuff?
No,
I haven't listened to the Wired stuff. Is it good?
Got some good stuff,
Okay, all right.
It's pretty basic too, which is what I like. I'm thinking they throw the phone out there or whatever in the video, and they're running off the mic in a fairly quiet room, but it's cool.
I'll have a look.
Lots of stuff. There's lots of cool stuff going on. Virtual reality.
Yes.
This is kind of neat, and it's
I think this is finally a way that might get people into it.
It's like it comes, it goes back. It's like, this is going to be perfect. We're going to use the augmented reality, and no one's grabbing a hold of it.
I think this we'll post a video up in the notes, and this is.
Where are we posting those notes?
Again, we need to work on this, James. We need to do this, all right?
Okay, starting with these notes.
We need to post the notes.
Starting with these notes. This is your mission.
You can look it up. I mean, if you type in at the moment go-kart VR, you'll see it. These guys are basically.
No, but where are we going to post the notes? We're going to put them on the webpage.
Put them in the webpage.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put them on the website.
It's coming this week.
There's a blog there, so we'll put the blog on it. But we need to work on this. So we've got. So the interesting about this is these guys.
What would Gary Vee say to that?
What? It should have happened 3 weeks ago when you said it was going to happen. So Andrew, with the VR stuff, what's interesting is that these guys have basically built a go-kart track in a VR environment, which is mapped to a real go-kart track, and there's 8 cameras that are kind of attached to the go-kart. But so you sit in a regular go-kart, put your foot on the gas, drive around the track, put the VR on, and then it's a completely crazy world where the barriers are on fire, so you can't go near them, and a really fully immersive experience. And this felt almost like I think there's a place in the States where they have a VR roller coaster now. So it's kind of like
where you put the VR, on, then you get on the roller coaster.
And you get on the roller coaster, and while you're being turned upside down, you might be flying through Mars.
That's cool.
Or that kind of thing. So it's
how
cool.
are they? Because in some cases with VR, one of the big problems people would talk about is nausea and all. How are they dealing with that? Are we past that yet? Or
no, I mean I think you're not. I don't think you can do an 80-lap race.
Okay.
I don't think that's what's on the cards here. I mean, it's obviously early stages, and this is just showing how you can kind of experience that VR. But VR definitely feels, as much as there's a business or tech application for it, it feels like entertainment might be where it goes first, and then people get used to it in an entertainment environment, and then obviously you get to a point where it's just there.
So what I'm surprised is when we look at all of the malls, and I think the last figures I saw, 65 malls in the UAE and counting.
And there's more, because
we need more. We do need more.
Because,
and a lot of people laugh at this, but when we look at the way we deal with recreation, the way we deal with entertainment, it's a mall-centric environment.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and look, the fact is that 6 months of the year we can't go outside.
Yeah. So instead of, in North America, what do? You head to the mall, you head to the fitness center. So it's just, but I'm surprised that no mall has embraced the VR experience for the shopping, for that going to that place. You put on the VR mask, and like you said, suddenly the mall is transformed.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's doing that.
I mean, listen, they may be listening to this now, and it's like,
imagine all the teams listening, going, "Hey guys,
we're going to do it." Possibly, there's not. I don't think there's many people tackling VR here in this part of the world.
Why do you think that is?
I think, at the end of the day, businesses just can't operate on what ifs, and that would be nice to have. It's kind of, you need to generate revenue from somewhere. So if people are not embracing VR yet enough, perhaps there's just not enough companies here doing it. The chicken and egg kind of situation. So should we open a VR company, or should we wait until people know what VR is? I mean, it's still an environment where people don't understand social media,
and even just using it in schools as a teaching tool. Very few schools I know are employing it in any classes. You can do it in geography class, you can do it in a science class. Are we doing that? No.
So I mean, it makes it for a fun experience, or a fun learning experience. Or the best use I felt the best use up until something like this was tourism boards that were using it in tour operators.
Well, South Africa did a whole bunch of that
to show what it was like to abseil down Tabletop Mountain, or the feeling of it, or
it's just
Okay, sorry,
just table mountain.
What did I say? Tabletop. Sorry, I was attacking the tabletop when I said that. So Table Mountain, and then also the. You're in New York, and the other one that I saw was like, bang, you're in New York, and you're in Central Park, and that's
Empire
a real
State. They're on Empire State.
No, so even cool. For kids and stuff, they're learning geography. So the kids are learning about, I don't know, Australia. It'd be great for them to go to. It's not called Ayers Rock, right?
It is Ayers Rock.
No, but you got to call it the native name now. Uluru?
I have no idea.
Something like
I'm still in the Ayers Rock.
Okay, fair enough. But it'd be great to kind of zoom in there and look around and that kind of thing. So I don't know. It feels like it has to be something like a Google to say, you know what? Google Maps now. Boom. You wear your VR and you can do the kind of street view, which you probably can actually. Actually, you probably can do that. But you can walk around and stuff, in real time. So
that'd be kind of
You seen Ready Player One?
Yes.
Yeah. So
it gave me a headache that movie.
Kind of. Great movie.
It's a great movie, but it gave me a headache.
A lot of flashbacks.
Yes, that was the good part. I need to see it. I haven't seen it again yet. I already went once. I probably need to see that.
Good book as well.
Yeah. Read the book.
Yeah. Better.
From the screenplay?
No,
or did
the book was first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got it? Got a hard copy?
Yeah, I have. This is TechTalk, by the way. But we're doing.
By the way,
we're
just
having a flashback to old school.
Apple Watch 4.
Sorry, I didn't say this week, right? When did I say? When did I say?
You didn't say. You said you're going to eventually get it.
No, I did say I was going to get it, right?
Was it?
It wasn't this week. Definitely wasn't this week.
Next week, maybe?
No, I think within 2 weeks. Did I say?
That's next week.
Coming around quick.
Have you made any movement?
The only movement I walk towards it is I'd say that I've now met 3 people with it here, and it's like this is phenomenal.
It's a life changer.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, not one of them had the eSIM.
Really?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Just because they said I've always got my phone, so I don't need the eSIM.
I think they're probably right. I don't think people are going to ditch the phone.
Yeah, when you go swimming though.
Well, then you leave the phone in the locker. You leave it on the pool
but then
deck.
you can't use your watch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Stepped outside and the mics come out, so I don't need to record it. Yeah. So that was interesting. Is it smashed?
No.
Okay. See, it's Sony. It's robust. That was the door.
I know. Keep talking.
Put the chair next to it. Just put the bag next to it and keep the bag weighted down. Do you want this one as well?
No.
Sure. Okay. There we go. We weighted down the tripod now. you want this as well, James? This one?
Yeah, that's good.
You want this? Do you want my bag?
Now we're good.
Okay.
Here we go.
This is amazing for anyone that's listening to the podcast at the moment. It's exciting stuff. Look at that. Okay, there we go.
We're back.
We're back with it.
Who knows what's going on?
That was the door. that was the sheer wind factor.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And it didn't even cross my mind. I was just thinking, oh, that video's now been compromised. And
it's lucky. I mean, you know what saved it? The mic.
It could be.
Because it would have hit there. And, so that's it. So this might not even be recording. We might be lip syncing for the rest of the podcast.
Who knows?
Yeah.
No, it's so people know that it's authentic, it's real. So
that's it. Yeah, it's not pre-recorded.
What were we talking about? VR?
Yeah, we kind of, I think we've done
it.
And we're onto smoking. That's it.
Well, okay. Well, this is a cool app that you've found. Again, Mashable, and I'm surprised by still the number of people who smoke or vape.
It's crazy. Yeah.
You know, I know people like doing shisha and all that stupid. All of them have health issues.
Yeah, it's odd. I don't know, but I mean,
and I'm surprised there aren't more apps or devices or things that connect electronically to help motivate, gamify.
Well, this moves into that kind of Internet of Things, doesn't it? Where the thing is, I think what you're going to start to see possibly is a lot more of this, Internet of Things where other products are connected through an app. So basically what this is it's like an intelligent packet of cigarettes. So you load the packet and then you give it predetermined times when you can actually have cigarettes. So like I can have a cigarette at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's some sort of crazy reward and it will open up the pack at 3 o'clock. But
that's a good idea.
It's a cool idea. I mean, I think it's, we spoke about this a couple of years ago where apps would move away from all things to everybody to hyper-specific kind of targeted activity, and I think that's definitely happening.
I get why they do apps for everybody, because you want to try and get mass market, and you want to try and make a big hit. But I agree with you. I will spend money for an app that's going to do exactly what I want.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and then also there's a whole bunch of other benefits. Once you've got a user base around that app, you can start advertising to those people because they all, have similar thoughts and kind of similar kind of interests. So you can start to really kind of push whatever other activity you wanted to them as well. But I thought it was interesting the fact that there's now that kind of, I mean, I know, if you look at something like Alexa, Alexa, fantastic, phenomenal device, you've got the app connected to it that's continually updating.
Right.
So I mean, essentially, they've updated the Alexa firmware a few times.
But you haven't updated your MacBook Pro.
No, I haven't updated my MacBook Pro, but I update Alexa.
Okay.
But I mean, Alexa now is kind
of odd.
I don't know.
That's another conversation.
But Alexa's now at the point where it's fully integrated to life. So even where my wife would be like, Alexa, timer 10 minutes. So it's Alexa is kind of replacing just those tasks because you're covered in flour and you can't kind of pushing your phone, all that kind of stuff. So
you're also a Google user.
Yes, Google Home user. Yeah.
Which
Home's in the study.
Okay.
Yeah, Home's in the study.
Are you finding you'd rather use the Alexa versus the Home?
No, not really. I mean, it's just that Google Home is in the study just because it's connected to all of my work activity.
Okay.
So that's kind of more, tell me the morning news and that kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, the frustrating thing is that a lot of Alexa we can't use here, like the Domino's pizza and all that kind of stuff. The skills just don't work here. And it is a bit of a pain to set it up initially to localize it, right? If you want to. I mean, I haven't. I've left it as US because then I can use some of the functionalities. But if you want to truly localize it, they don't care about this place, right? So it's I mean, they might now with kind of Amazon and Souq. So even like the Black Friday stuff again was, Alexa, tell me the Black Friday deals. Blah blah blah. Do you want to buy this? Yeah, bang. That's it. It's done. I mean, that's
there you go. Easy.
Scary easy.
Yeah. Too easy, isn't it?
Exactly. And obviously Alexa connects into LED lights, connects into power packs, so you can pretty much control various parts of your home. And because you've got the Alexa app, you can control it remotely as well. So nice. There's no barrier now. The barrier to those kind of smart or intelligent homes before was the cost. Yeah. But now the cost is so low. I mean, they were throwing out the old Amazon Alexa dots for I think $20.
$20. I know.
70 dirhams.
I know.
I mean that really is. That is like genuinely 3 cups of Starbucks, right?
When you do that, when you start looking at tech that's now affordable, and you start looking at your coffee budget and saying, hey, if I just don't drink 3 cups of coffee
over the next month.
Yeah.
I mean, forget like this week, forget like the month. You know, I mean,
I can own that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's pretty easy.
It's very affordable tech now. Which is, I mean, look, those I can't talk about enough.
I still don't own one.
The Amazon Fires, the tablets, forget it. Honestly, for $50, it frightens me how good that is, how good that platform is.
I still haven't bought into getting an Alexa or a Google Home. I keep thinking I need one. I looked at them this summer, but I didn't get one. And
a lot of it is just more on that question base. It's fun with the kids to ask different questions, and also just the music. So integrating into Spotify, I mean, and now Spotify's available here. It might be easier. I mean, I set one up for the US, but it's nice just to kind of set up. And I also listen to the radio, so sports, entertainment, TuneIn, Pandora, all these kind of things.
Oh, we're on TuneIn as well.
Podaholiks. Oh, okay. Yeah, wonderful. That's good news. That's the best. I think that's the best app.
You want to know what else we're hooked into?
Wait.
We're hooked into Apple Car and Google Car. So if you're
one of those guys,
Yeah,
I honestly, we haven't spoken about apps for a while, but TuneIn, I think, is one of the best podcast apps for Google Android. It's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal, and we are there. So if you want to find us, Podaholiks
there it is.
On TuneIn, there we are. Yeah, that's us.
That's it. Beautiful.
It's easy.
Yeah, there we are. TechTalk and Podaholiks. Let's play. Oh no, hold on, don't play. Sorry. Sorry, boys and girls. That was, don't want to play us in the background.
Well, you could though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, double play.
Well, so I want to jump in since we were talking about smoking and apps, and then we got. I want to jump back to Facebook for a second, and the number of people I've met who've jumped off Facebook recently.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why. They just no longer happy with privacy issues, or just looking at other things. My public school that I went to, my grade school that I went to, they're having the 50th anniversary of the school. 50th reunion.
Nice.
And I guess they're planning to do a reunion, and they set up a group.
This is the school you went to when you were 1 year old, right?
I went from like
5 till. It's not the 50th reunion for you.
No, it's the 50th year that this place has existed. 50th reunion. I was there like from grade 1 to 5. So I was like 10. And so first of all, I get this thing, hey, do you want to join the Southwood Park Facebook group? And I'm going, first of all.
That's a group.
Yeah, it's a group on Facebook, and I'm going, that's exactly what Facebook was set up for.
Really.
This is the reason for
connecting real people.
And I'm just looking at all these names and going, I don't know any of these people except like one.
Right.
And how would you know them? This is when you left when you were like 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't remember anyone. You can't remember their family name. You definitely didn't know anyone's family name.
Exactly. There are people.
John.
But what's really cool is A, it's what Facebook was intended for originally, and B, there's this cool thing happened. And when we went to grade school, we actually cut a Christmas album one year.
Really?
Yes. A vinyl album. The entire school went to the recording studios, recorded it, and they did it. But that was like years and years ago.
Yeah.
So I fired into this group, said, "Hey, does anyone have the Christmas album?"
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes, pictures of the album were coming up, and I'm going, okay, this is the deal. I'm in Dubai. I'd love to get a listen to some of this. Can anyone just digitize it, even with your phone? I don't care. Just play it. And the amount of people who are going, ours got taken out in a flood. It'll be great. Let's get on this. And I'm just going. That to me was Facebook is working. This is when it works really well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely the original intention. It's they're trying hard to push back to that environment. They're gradually cutting down on the advertising, but it's a different beast now, right? There's stockholders and shareholders to kind of be held to, and some of the decisions is tough, really.
It is. It's a different, and I'm surprised that Zuckerberg is still holding on to all the reins. Like it's just
he will for a while, won't he?
But it's interesting because as it starts morphing and changing, and obviously he had some ideas, and he's looking at the bottom line in the family, but still. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
I tell you what was interesting was the fact that Jeff Bezos said that Amazon is doomed to fail. Did you read that?
No.
So he said in an interview last week, and I should have put it in the notes, that was the other one I was trying to find, but he basically said at some point Amazon will fail. Simple as that. It just he truly believes that it will fail, and he's working towards the point where it does ultimately fail, but until that point he'll provide the best service, best customer care. He said, but it's doomed to fail. So it's just interesting. If you type in Jeff Bezos and doomed. Let's have a look. Jeff Bezos and doomed to fail.
Yeah, there we go. It's happening right. As you're listening.
The first one that comes up is what's name? Is net worth. So obviously people are searching that pretty hard. Employees. Amazon will fail, but we need to delay it. That's it. That's what he said. Amazon will fail, but we need to delay it.
There we go.
That's it. And it was on the back of the two headquarters that they're building.
Right.
And he's basically said Amazon is not too big to fail. Right.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying that one day it will go bankrupt. When an employee asked about the future, he learned from Sears and Toys R Us. He's got, if you look at large companies, lifespans tend to be 30 plus years, not 100 plus years, he said, adding to the true key to prolong demise as long as possible. So it's interesting. So I mean, as big as Amazon is, he's there sitting there going, what?
But the problem with Sears and the problem with a lot of these 100-year-old, they didn't adapt. And Bezos constantly adapted.
Well, I mean, Bezos was one of the ones that kind of eventually, not he didn't do it, but I mean, it was ultimately the demise of Toys R Us.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is strange because it's still, running well here.
Yeah.
So I never quite understand how that works. Some of these failing brands, and you see them in the Middle East just thriving. And you're like, well, what happened?
Interesting news, and I think Elon Musk needs a pat on the back for pushing the tipping point, is GM closing down a significant amount of its production. When I say closing down, 15% of its contract workers, they're shutting 5 plants in North America and discontinuing production of 6 vehicle models. They plan to so they're getting rid of 14,000 salaried and contract workers. They're going to save $6 billion. And what are they doing? Moving towards electric. And autonomous.
You got to wonder when it's going to hit here, because I noticed parking in Rove today.
Yeah.
There's a whole load of electrical spaces. Yeah. Specifically for electric cars, but genuinely, I don't know how many electric cars there are here on
I saw one Tesla parked there.
But
exactly.
I mean, entry level, like Volts, Chevy Volts, and
you don't see like
Prius and stuff like that. Because Teslas, fair enough, but a couple of $100,000. So, but for the Chevy Volts and things, I mean, it's you'd think that there'd be more. Because there's definitely more charger stations. There's more charger stations all over, even up at D3 there.
Oh yeah.
There's all priority parking and all that kind of stuff. It's all based around your electric car. So
it's kind of weird. So I thought that was interesting though, that they're finally being pushed to make that change.
I think their bigger fear, feels like people just don't want to drive.
That too.
And then if you don't want to drive and you're looking at those fully autonomous vehicles, they have to be electric.
Yeah.
Right. So they can last longer. And I mean, it's far easier to build out an electrical environment where the car drives itself into an electronic bay and it charges versus putting gas in it. I mean, the funny thing is that that's what's happening in the rest of the world. Meanwhile, here you've now got an app that you can order petrol to your house.
I saw that.
And they'll come out.
That's amazing. Have you tried it?
It's
cost any more?
No, I think it's 13 dirhams or something more. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a noticeable.
So
I just think what amazes me on it, and they must have obviously done their research, and it's very safe. However, I know back in Europe, you can't go into the petrol station when they're refueling.
Right.
Like they just won't. They block it off, so you can't go in either. So
I saw them.
And here you are, kind of in your house. I mean, it's just astounds me. But a huge use of app, all through app. So you order it through the app, boom, they turn up, and that's it, bang.
Yet the apps and things for pizza delivery seem to be failing.
For pizza delivery, the Domino's one works. Not here, but in the US it works.
But just across the board, whether I'm going for any of the brands, because I order from quite a few pizza places.
The Freedom app is good.
The apps work. I can't get the stuff delivered. So the apps are all working, the kitchens are working, but somewhere along the line in this country, or at least just where I'm living, getting the pizza from the kitchen, and I had one the other day, I called up a pizza place, it's like an hour and 10 minutes later. And I'm going, guys, I live like, a kilometer from where you guys are. Where's the pizza? And they go, oh yeah, it's still in the oven. I said, what? Okay, then you know what? Let's just cancel that order. 5 minutes later, the doorbell rings. I'm going, so you guys don't even know where the pizza is?
Interestingly enough, that what KFC's do, KFC's got a phenomenal website now. It really is cool. You can, order it, You fill out the whole thing online, guaranteed you get a call. Guaranteed.
They call me back.
And it's a call to say, we just want to verify your order.
I like that.
which
is kind of odd though.
Is okay, but odd in the sense that they invested massively.
They don't trust their website.
I think they just don't trust people.
Yeah.
Because you could do a huge order and then perhaps I'm just doing an order at that point, or a couple of buckets of chicken. Perhaps if I just had a zinger, I wouldn't get the phone call. And this guy needs 4 buckets of chicken, and there's only one person. So
Well, and that's the whole other side, that distrust of the technology.
Yeah.
We got the technology, but we're just going to call to verify.
Yeah, I look, as techie as I am, and we do a TechTalk show, and I'm a digital guy. I like ringing restaurants to make a reservation.
Yeah,
I like
me
it.
too.
Yeah. Because I don't know. There's some stuff that I'm just a bit nervous of. Well, delivery I trust. Yeah. Delivery, I haven't had any problems with that.
Well, and that's the other thing I've noticed with a lot of these pizza delivery, because that's all I ever get delivered. Yeah. Some of these companies now have outsourced. And so instead of having their own guys coming, they're using Deliveroo.
No, a lot of them are. Yeah, I mean, that's why Freedom moved back. Freedom moved back to their own app because they said that what people were doing is they were just migrating across from their existing customer base. They weren't bringing anything new on board. And then they were getting blamed when the pizza was late, but obviously sometimes it was the driver. But
I'm just taking a look here, and we're talking about tech stuff, and we're talking about apps, and we're talking about the money involved, and we're talking about Amazon. The little bit of a race Microsoft and Apple had last week, the 26th, where Microsoft surpassed the value of Apple, and then of course Apple was back on it. But the point is, Microsoft worth $812 billion. Microsoft, so that was Microsoft. Apple worth $822 billion.
It's money, isn't it? And also a lot of them are cash rich. I mean, Apple is just cash rich as well with that. So it's and if you think about the time span as well,
$822 billion is what the company's
worth.
It's not bad,
right?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. And they're still kind of vying for business daily. Well, then Microsoft seems to have kind of got a bit quiet again. It went through a whole phase of, with the new kind of CEO, they were in the news quite a lot, and Surface was being talked about.
I think they're just being quiet. I think they're
just quietly getting on with business.
Exactly.
Like Sony.
Yeah. What's going on with Sony? I never hear anything, and then boom.
And then bang, there's something pretty decent. Yeah, true. Yeah.
So, do you ever use any of the cloud services from Microsoft, like Azure?
So indirectly, so customers that we have use it. All of our hosting is through there, and also Amazon as well. Okay. And then I use Office 365, and I use all of Office. So I was editing.
So you're using a lot of Microsoft products on your Apple device.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was editing a fairly extensive Word document. I'd say very extensive Word document, solely in their cloud space. Okay. For the first time ever. Literally 2 days ago. I mean, it was a big proposal, and I was rather nervously using it because there was a lot of changes, a lot of updates, a lot of this, but it
seamless.
It was fine. Yeah.
And that's where they're betting a lot of their money on, is with the cloud service that apparently is thriving. Yeah, everyone's doing stuff in the cloud.
Yeah, well, we've moved a lot of our stuff over to the cloud just because it allows, that squeeze box almost. It's not physical hardware, as it were. So whereas before you'd be investing in racks and racks and racks of things, now it's obviously just space. You can turn on pretty quick if you need to increase, bandwidth, and then decrease bandwidth pretty easily. So, that's my extent of tech on that. If we want to really get into an Azure conversation, we need to get Jatin to kind of have a conversation.
But this is
He's
the way,
a techie guy.
and this is the way everyone's going. IBM, they're still doing a whole bunch of stuff, but their cloud is extensive.
Yeah, it's all moving to cloud. I mean, it's just
Cisco, they're already over there. We never talk about Cisco, but they do their stuff. But that's what they're doing.
Amazon service.
And Amazon.
Amazon service is phenomenal, and it's something that is a kind of quiet beast that just sits there but powers. I mean, just have a look at some of the sites, and you see when some of the content's loading. Look at AWS and AWS. You see AWS a lot. That's all Amazon servers. I mean, there's Amazon huge farms that they just have out, and obviously Google and things like this. But
when you start thinking about it, so much is in the cloud. I'm worried about the cloud. I'm concerned about the cloud. Everything's in the cloud, guys. Yeah,
and these clouds. I mean, there's still huge rooms. I mean, there was the company we went to in Spain actually, and they'd converted their basement parking to cloud-based solutions. So they had a huge server room where they were just storing video content because they were a media production house, and they were selling space. Wow. They kind of converted their whole basement and to this kind of thing. So it was pretty mad actually to see. Yeah, very cool.
Big challenge is it all runs off electricity.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, so you need a wind farm next to you.
Exactly, or something. And I always get a little bit worried about that. In that, okay, well, where is my cloud service living?
Yeah.
And if we get Well, wow. I think about it, but not very long.
Keep you up at night.
I always, I'll have that conversation. Oh, I wonder what, what bad weather and this and then. Yeah. But it doesn't stop me from putting everything up in the cloud as I'm loading it up. It's like, this is going really slow.
Yeah, it's only when you kind of receive certain things like HSBC had a problem 2 days ago, and you couldn't access any other online services. And it's only at that point when you realize how reliant we are now on online services. Because even when I went into the branch, it was like, our systems are down. Like the same systems that you're running off of, we're also running off of, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's a challenge really when you kind of see something like that. But we're all more connected. On the positive side of things, we're more connected.
Yeah. I think we got to wrap up another show.
We're cooked.
Yeah, we're cooked. We're going to be back very soon. Yep. We'll be doing it again. You can find us on Podaholiks. That's with a K. Go to Twitter. Go to Instagram. Podaholiks.com. Podaholiks@gmail.com. Andrew Thomas, digitalnexa.com.
That's right. There's a lot of .coms.
There's a lot of .coms.
Yeah.
James Pikeway.
.com.
.com.
Is it jamespikeway.com or Dr. James Pikeway?
It's just it's jamesed.com.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
For education?
No, I actually wanted to be Jamesed. And then someone said, like, for education? Oh, okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't know that story.
So it gets even better.
So you've been Jamesed?
Yeah.
What happens when you've been Jamesed?
This is exactly what just happens.
Really?
Now.
Yeah. That's okay. And then, whatever you want it to be.
So my socials are all James ED. You've been Jamesed _ME. But and someone said, is that for Middle East? And I went, well, that's a good idea. And they said, well, what's it stand for? Me. You've been Jamesed by me, James.
Really? Yeah. Wow. It's some.
Yet it all worked out perfectly.
Yeah. That's some connective. some dots that I'm just connected. So.
It's all Foucault would get it all.
But James, isn't it James ED?
Yeah.
So you've been Jamesed.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But if you want to go with education, go with that too.
Well, James, you should start your own line for shirts, and you should call them James.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
Serious.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
There we go. Done. I already got the .com.
You've already got .com. So let's start a Shopify account this afternoon.
Here we go. That's it, Andrew. We'll do it all again real soon. Be great catching up. Bye.
Yes, thanks, mate.
That's true.